thought about your predicament, my friend.
It has thought of a way to lure birds out of the sky?
I mean, your situation. Being made of stone and such, I imagine it must be terrible for you to see others together, you know?
Together? As in standing next to one another?
I speak of love, my sturdy friend, and the act of love. Surely this must bring you discomfort, knowing you can never partake in such pleasures.
That is disgusting. It was bad enough that I had to suffer the occasional pair of villagers lying in my shade, but the idea of partaking...
You are stoic, my friend, and brave. You do us a great honor by suffering in silence.
I was not suffering, silently or otherwise, until now.
I understand.
This deal was all their making, Warden. Technically, I haven't done anything wrong. We have no business. Unless you want to make a few coins. Not that I'm suggesting anything, but you're holding the prize now. I have a collector in mind. Who actually sells the item doesn't matter. It's your call. As always, I let people make their own decisions. Yes, well, I'll keep my nose clean until you're long gone. How about that? I'm just a businessman. I merely exploit opportunities. I won't get in your way.
The stories we hear down here about the crows, they're not true, are they? They all sound a little far-fetched.
I cannot say. What have you heard? In Antiva, we hear that Ferelden men cannot sleep without a dog in their bed. Is that true?
A dog? No, of course not. We value our dogs. It's part of our history.
Oh, perhaps it was simply a reference to your Ferelden women then.
Well, now that you mention it...
But those stories you heard? All true.
Really? Even the ones that talk about how you all... you know, get paid to...
Especially those ones.
Wow. I am totally in the wrong order.
Balin swears revenge. He is like a mad... News of the hour. Lord Harrowmont, unable to win his own battle, turns to the Grey Warden. The Warden! Has joined Harrowmont. Attack for Balin!
Very good. I shall do as you say.
I still remember my first battle.
Now we do battle! Let me wait.
Take that. You know.
It shall be done.
You found it. Warden, you have my gratitude. You're a bright spot in an otherwise dark time.
Very well.
Rumors of Grey Warden mass recruitment of castless circulating the commons. Is Lord News of the hour. Lord Balin's claims that Lord...
I heard the news. Jarvia and Hakata are dead. I suppose it was unrealistic to expect them to surrender. Would that some of the noble caste had such loyalty. I have no desire to go back on my word. But when Balin heard the news about Jarvia, he raised the stakes. He is forcing a vote in the next 2 days. By law, that prevents the Assembly from hearing any other pleas. To help with your troops, I will require your assistance one last time. Do you know anything of the Paragon Branca? Branca is a paragon, the only one we have been blessed with in 4 generations. 2 years ago, she took her entire house into the Deep Roads on a mad quest to uncover ancient secrets. No one's heard from her since. Were she to return and endorse someone for the throne, the Assembly would be honor-bound to accept her wishes. It's hard to say what she would do. She wasn't exactly known for her predictability. She never seemed to like being a paragon. She was devoted to her craft, never cared for politics. But one of the most brilliant minds Orzammar has seen. Branca hated Darkspawn with a passion. She would certainly be a valuable voice to support your treaty. Her entire house went with her. It would take a lot to kill so many. If not, bringing proof of her death, or a body to return to the stone, would still show that as an ancestor, it was my hand she guided to her remains. My men traced Branca's disappearance to an ancient crossroads known as Caridin's Cross. It is many miles below where we normally venture, but I can provide a map to lead you there. Just enter the Deep Roads through the mines. Thank you again, and may the ancestors guide your steps.
It is begun. It shall be done.
Have you seen my lunch? It's a piece of lichen bread with a spread of old cheese and shredded dried meat. I'm only asking because you never know who's going to get hungry. Right. Best in the trade, you know. I worked the Orm myself.
Very well.
So tell me, Shale, if you had the opportunity to become flesh, would you take it?
It does seem rather preoccupied with this topic.
Humor me. Would you choose to live, to breathe the air and taste the flesh? Or would you remain the immortal stone that you are?
Would I also get to age and bleed and become sick and die?
Of course. These are the things we accept for the blessing of being what we are.
Then no thank you. I have no need of such frailties.
And what of family, of children? Life does not begin and end with yourself.
I have no desire to produce offspring.
Your form is wondrous, that's true. But while you do not suffer the lows of life, you also do not experience the highs. It is something to consider.
It is nothing to consider. What it speaks of is impossible.
Spare a few bits. How did you...
Even the Templars will be impressed by the powers you will command.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
The men are ready to follow you anywhere, thanks to your confident investment.
What have you there? A mirror? You could not know it, but I possessed something very similar long ago. I stole such a mirror from a village, and Flemeth was enraged at my carelessness. She destroyed it, much to my dismay. It is incredible that you found one so like it. I am uncertain what to say. You must wish something in return, certainly. You say that as if I should be accustomed to such a thing. I have never received a gift, not one which did not come at a price. I suppose I should say thank you for the gift. 'Tis most thoughtful, truly.
Flowers? For me? They smell lovely, and there's something so familiar about them. These were my mother's flowers. She would sprinkle the dry petals amongst her clothes. Oh, they smell just like her. Thank you so much. How dear of you. Thank you so much.
Interesting.
nice.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much. Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
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 There you are. I thought I'd spoken to a Grey Warden, but for some reason I chalked it up to the drink. I know you're down here to look for Branka, and I need to ask a favor. Name's Oghren, and if you've ever heard of me before, it's probably all been about how I piss ale and kill little boys who look at me wrong. And that's mostly true. But the part they never say is how I'm the only one still trying to save our only paragon. And if you're looking for Branka, I'm the only one who knows what she was looking for, which might be pretty sodding helpful in finding her. Believe me, I have. But where she was going, it's a lost Tig. No one's seen it in centuries. I searched as far as I could, but it would take teams of warriors searching weeks on end to cover enough ground to hope to find it. Which I assume is just what Harrimon's men have done. And they shared what they found with you. But they haven't found Branka herself. And that means whatever they've got, it's not enough if you don't know what she was looking for. If we pool our knowledge, we stand a chance of finding Branka. Otherwise, good sodding luck. You should know that Branka was looking for the Anvil of the Void, the secret to building golems, which was lost centuries ago. The smith Caridin built it, and with it, Orzammar had 100 years of peace, while it was protected by the golems forged on the anvil. As far as anyone knows, the anvil was built in the old Orton Tig. Branka planned to start looking there, if she could ever find it. All she knew was that it was past Caridin's cross. No one's seen that Tig for 500 years. If Harrowmont tracked it down, it's only because he's got whole teams of loyal soldiers who can do the searching for him. If we're going, let's get moving. Branka's not gonna sodding find herself.
Pigeon crap.
Braska. Yes.
Yes.